Start. Mr. President and friends, I am thankful to you for inviting me here to speak on this important subject with which all of us are greatly concerned. Your principal, in his welcome speech, has rightly pointed out that various reasons are given for this state of affairs. I would like to talk on some important aspects which are closely related and have a direct bearing on this issue. Generally, the parents throw the whole of the responsibility of the development of their children on the teachers and school authorities. They do not bother to contact the concerned teachers to know whether their sons and daughters are progressing in the right direction and to the desirable extent or not. In many cases, they will not have good relationship with the teachers. Further, most of the parents send their children to schools and college to receive the education necessary for getting jobs. To them, schooling has no other purpose to serve. It is difficult, especially for illiterate parents, to realize the real value of education. Poor parents are not in a position to meet even the genuine needs of their children who seek some other source to get money, and this sometimes leads to stealing, cheating, etc. The method of teaching is not what it ought to be. It fails to recognize the individual differences among the students and is not properly related to their needs, characteristics, interests, and level of development. Wrong assumptions are taken about the level of their achievements. It is generally traditional, and the tested modern methods and techniques are not fully utilized. The teacher teaches the boys as a group. If ever does so, he pays special attention only to two or three bright students. The rest are usually ignored. They remain passive most of the time. The class period is consumed by the teacher himself, and participation by the students is very limited to a few only, and that takes only a few minutes. The teacher does not care to prepare his lessons carefully. Homework is assigned to the students without any regard to their capacities, abilities, and interests. It induces them to adapt unfair means to complete it. Again, the teachers are usually too serious in the classroom. They do not try to create a cheerful climate in the class, and their lessons are usually not interesting to the students. Further, the system of education has failed to fulfill the interest and the needs of boys. It is mainly bookish in nature and has no direct application in daily life. It does not help in the all round development of students as it ignores some important aspects like training of emotions, moral education, etc. It does not attract and interest the students. It is more or less teacher centered and is expensive. The modern trend in education makes no marked difference between the teacher and the taught. They are taken as equals. The teacher has no right to punish the students. The absence of any provision for punishments to boys and girls makes it more difficult for teachers to keep them under control. The same amount of responsibility rests with the reason that the influence of the social environment is not healthy on the students. There is the decline of morality and discontent among the masses. The means of recreation are cheap and are not prohibited to boys and girls of immature age. Social evils like drinking in public, a rigid caste system, early marriage, etc., also cause indiscipline among the students. The unsuited city atmosphere, residence in the locality of criminals, and the absence of the company of boys of good homes will create problems among the students. Over and above, the boys read almost daily about the students' unrest in many parts of the world. The teacher does not occupy an honorable place in the society. Modern trends in education do not make much difference between the status of a teacher and that of a student. Indiscipline widespread among the students has further lowered the teacher's status. The availability of cheap guidebooks have reduced the utility of the teachers. Some political leaders expect every good from the teachers and blame them for students' indiscipline, but they themselves do not cooperate with the teachers in order to solve the problems. On the other hand, they use students to achieve their selfish ends. Students themselves are also responsible for indiscipline to the extent of nearly 8% of reasons. They do not use their leisure gainfully. They move aimlessly in the company of bad boys, do not attend the schools and colleges regularly. In many cases, they are not sound physically and mentally. The use of unfair means in the examinations is quite common. The boys who lack confidence and are poor in studies usually create indiscipline to gain importance. Some become members of political parties and take an active part in political activities. I wish this conference will give serious consideration to these problems and suitable steps are taken as soon as possible. Dear Sir, I am in receipt of your letter of 2nd instant and thank you for the same. I hope that you are aware of the decision taken at the last meeting and constituted a committee to go into the various issues of establishing branch offices, etc. I am enclosing a copy of the proceedings of that meeting for your information and ready reference. In this connection, I wish to inform you that the committee will be holding its first meeting at Bombay. The committee has been able to collect some material and has made some progress in the matter. It will be considering, among other things, the issue of opening of branch offices in a few important cities in the country at a minimum cost. As a matter of fact, some of these proposals are already before the members for some time past, and the opinions of various sister organizations in this regard are also well known. I think it may not be possible for the committee to take the members into its confidence regarding the new proposals at this stage. However, I wish to inform you that the members of the committee are working to the best of their ability in the larger interest of the members. They are hopeful of finding ways and means in solving all the issues successfully. Even then, it feels that before arriving at any decision, it would be desirable to confer with the representatives affected by the new proposals and to hear their views also. I hope that it will help the committee greatly in order to find a satisfactory and equitable solutions on all the issues before us. Therefore, I request you kindly to send one or two representatives to attend the meeting on Monday, the 10th instant at 4 p.m. They may be required to stay here only for 2 days. I have made arrangements for their comfortable stay. I shall be grateful to you if you can kindly intimate the names of the representatives attending the meeting. The date and time of their arrival at Bombay may also please be intimated by return of post. Yours sincerely.